Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am here to explain the financial model which I have made on a very trustable company that everyone knows, Tata Motors. As we know, in the last few years, Tata Motors has split their model and divided into two companies, that is Tata Motors passenger vehicle and the Tata Motors commercial vehicle. As I get an opportunity to design a financial model which comes under a finance advanced course given by pre-grad. After completion my course, this is the project which is assigned to us. So I have designed it with graphs, datas, and it is made for the investment recommendation. The objective of the model is to analyze the company historical financial performance and estimating values using DCF method, doing ratio analysis and DuPont analysis. This model contains historical financial statement, ratio analysis, forecasting model, DCF analysis, DuPont analysis, and data relativity. So next we are moving to the historical financial statement. In this sheet, we are going to discuss about the historical financial statement of a company, including revenue, operating profit, net income. These historical figures helps us to understand the growing trends and form the basis for the future financial position. As we can see, there are different ratios: sales ratios, growth, gross profit, gross margins, expenses, EBITDA margin, interest, depreciation, earning before tax, dividend per share, and the balance sheet. And this is the cash flow statement. So next is ratio analysis. On the ratio analysis, we can see here are some important ratios that we have to undertake while calculating the financial model. Now, there are many ratios such as return on equity, net profit margin, current ratio, debt to equity ratio. These ratios help us to evaluate the company's profitability, financial stability, and the operational efficiency. Next, we are moving to forecasting model. In this model, we can see that we have performed the sales forecasting for the company from 2021 to 2030, as same in EBITDA forecasting and earning per share. We can see the graph of sales forecasting is increasing year by year according to my analysis, and EBITDA also in EPS forecasting. As we can see, every year the growth rate is increased and sometimes decreases also. Next, we move to DCF analysis, matlab discounted cash flow. As we can see, here are cash flow from the operating activity. We have deducted the capital expenditure and we have calculated the free cash flow. As we can see, there are three percentages: that expected growth rate, terminal growth rate, and the weighted average cost of capital. Weighted average cost of capital tells us about the average cost of capital which the company is having. Expected growth, the company is expected to growth for the next 10 to 5 to 10 years. Terminal growth rate is the growth rate which is estimated on an average. We can see that we have calculated the present value, cash flow, net profit, total debts. We also perform the scenario and sensitivity ratio, that we can see if the weighted average is 1% or 2%. We can calculate that which percent is far better than. We can see the best case is 10,0,106,885.81 and the worst case is 91495. Next, we are moving to DuPont analysis. In this DuPont analysis, we can see here are the some ratios. Also, we have calculated the return on equity, DuPont equations, net profit margins, average total assets, equity multiplier, and return on equity. We can see it is increasing year by year. Next, we are moving to data relativity. Here we have completed the peer comparison, which means the comparison of the company with the other competitors on the basis of different factors like current market price, market capitalization, debt, number of shares, cash flow, sales, net profit, EBIT, and depreciation. Now we are moving ahead to company comparable analysis. Here we compare the share price with the outstanding share and the equity value, net debt, and enterprise value. We can also calculate the percentile, average, median, mode, highest, low. We also see that enterprise value over revenue is undervalued and enterprise value over EBITDA is also undervalued. And we have also calculated the PE ratio, which tells us about that the price of a share is undervalued. मतलब, which means it has a future chances to growth. And we have now summarized all the things. Through this, we can see that CAGR of a company is increasing till now and the cash flow of the company. We have also calculated the intrinsic value, ups and downs of a company, which signifies the buying recommendation for the investment that in the future it will growth at possible margins. Thank you.